Hey, welcome to another episode of Plant and Plate with Mr. Chris. Thought for today, after that big banana pudding video, I'd do something kind of quick and easy. We're going to be making a pizza casserole today. And it's kind of one of these things that is pretty easy to throw together if you're looking for a quick and easy meal on weeknight or something of that nature. This is a good option. It's basically a pizza in a casserole, and I mean, most people like pizza. So we're going to put this thing together and hope you try it out. Thanks for watching, and we'll get making pizza casserole. Okay, so to make this casserole, we're going to start off at the skillet today. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 375. Let it start warming up while we're cooking. Now, before I started the video, I went ahead and browned 1 pound of ground beef. Didn't do anything special, no seasoning, just put it in the cast iron skillet, browned the stuff up, and drained it. So now while it's draining, I'm going to add a half of an onion that's diced up. We're going to want our onion to soften a little bit. Not necessarily worried about browning it. Just get it softened up, a little brown on the edges. And after we get that done, we're going to add the meat back to it and the marinara sauce and basically make the filling for the pizza here. So let's let the onion brown a little bit, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we put all this together. Alright, so we've got the onions kind of softened, they're browning a little bit. We're going to throw some minced garlic in there, and no, I'm not using fresh garlic, just minced garlic. We're doing a quick and easy meal, and I got on the minced garlic train a while back. It's just easier to buy the stuff usually, unless I'm looking for a whole clove for some reason. Going to add the meat back to the skillet. Get all that mixed up in there. You want to turn your skillet down, and I'm going to add the marinara sauce. Now, this is my tomato sauce. We canned it here from stuff that we grew. You do not have to have my tomato sauce for this. Just go pick you up a can of, or jar of good old marinara, whatever works. And you should only need 1 jar of it for the pizza. Remember, we're not making pasta, we're making pizza. So, you know, pizza usually doesn't have a really high sauce content. So I'm going to mix that in. And then we're going to add a half teaspoon of oregano. Plop that in there. We're going to add a half teaspoon of basil. Some basil. We're going to hit it with just a little red pepper flake. And then just a pinch of salt. I didn't put any salt or pepper on the meat. I would not put black pepper on it if you're going to use the red pepper flakes, because you don't want the thing to get too spicy. But yeah, mix that all in. And after we get it mixed in, we're going to set it on a really low simmer. Just keep it warm and kind of let some of those herbs and the marinara sauce and everything work into the meat together. And just kind of let it sit there and simmer while we make the rest of the crust. Okay, so now it's time to make the crust while we let the marinara and the meat sauce simmer for a little while to get all those flavors put into the sauce. For the crust, you're going to take 2 cans of biscuits. Now try to find the not jumbo or grands type biscuit, just plain Jane biscuits if you can. If you can't find them, go on and get the big ones. You just have to cut them in fourths for the jumbos instead of in halves for the little one. By the way, if you can only find the little cans where they only have 4 biscuits to a can, you're going to need twice as many. You need a can that has at least 8 biscuits per can for this. So let me show you an easy way to cut your biscuits into fourths. I had to buy the big grand type biscuits. These are just canned biscuits. Take them, get you a pizza cutter, and just whoop, turn it, whoop, done. It's in fourths. Throw them over here with all the other ones that I've done. It's just that easy. Put them in here. We're going to set all that to the side. Now I have melted 1 stick of butter into here, and what we're going to do is just kind of pour that all over our dough that we have, or our biscuits. Need a spoon. And then this is a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I put 1 teaspoon of garlic powder on top of it. Now I know you're probably thinking, man, that's a whole lot of garlic. You got it in the marinara sauce, you got garlic here. Well, we have a whole lot of bread in this recipe, and if you don't flavor it up, it's just going to taste like a whole lot of bread. And that garlic really kind of helps bring out the flavors. You need a pretty good amount of spice or flavor to offset just the taste of a biscuit. So I'm just mixing this up so that we get the garlic all mixed in with the Parmesan cheese. What we're going to do, we're going to take our dough and we're going to kind of move it around in that butter. Get some butter on it. And then we're going to add some of this mixture to it. Then we're going to mix it a little more. The idea is to get some of that cheese and garlic goodness all over our dough. All over these little cubes that we got in here. Yes, your dough will somewhat stick together. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Put the rest on there. Mix it up. And the reason I use grated Parmesan cheese, like this is actually out of the jar type grated Parmesan cheese. It's drier. Seems to stick to the dough a little bit better than like the out of the bag shredded Parmesan cheese. And you want it to stick to all this bread. Hopefully you can see how it's kind of got pieces of garlic, pieces of Parmesan all stuck to it. And keep moving it around. Eventually it'll get all coated. Then you're going to take an 11 by 13 casserole dish. I did spray it with a little Pam. You're going to dump all this bread in there. And then we're just going to kind of spread it around. You want a nice single layer of dough on here. And, you know, don't be shy. Use your hands. Spread it out. Break your little ball or quarters back apart. And just make you a crust with it. Like I said, this is a quick and easy weeknight dinner. You can come home, slap this thing together pretty quick, and feed the family. You know, it's a quick, easy something if you're coming in after church and you're trying to make a meal. So spread that around till you get it all in one layer. You don't have to like press it together like a crust. I like to have a little cheese as you scoop into it that comes out with everything, and then throw a little cheese on top. So I take a little mozzarella cheese, and I don't know how much it is. I just put a little on here just to kind of looks like, hey, there's a little layer of cheese on top of that. All right. By this time, our mozzarella or not mozzarella, that's mozzarella. Our marinara sauce ought to be good and simmered up together. And now we're going to top it with that. Well, I had a little technical trouble with my video. Told y'all I was just figuring this stuff out. So I need to walk you through what I've done. We took the marinara sauce, poured it on top of our biscuits or dough, spread it out. Then we came back and put some mozzarella cheese on that. Once we got the mozzarella cheese on it, took some pepperoni, layered that on top, and then sprinkled a little Parmesan cheese on top of that. Now we're ready to put it in the oven. We're going to put it in the oven on 375 for about 20 to 22 minutes until the top's brown and it's bubbly. We got the casserole out of the oven. Here's what it looks like. You can see it's probably still bubbling a little bit. Got the Parmesan cheese is browned on top. It's brown around the edges, just kind of like a pizza would be. And this is the finished product. So that's how you make an easy pizza casserole. Pretty quick, simple recipe. It's nice to throw a salad with it, for a family dinner. You can put some mushrooms on there if you want. You can really add anything you want. You like bell pepper? Put a little bell pepper in with your onion. Just be careful not to put too many ingredients because it messes up the baking of it. It begins to get so thick. It doesn't really bake up and get your crust good and like pizza crust or like bread. So just be careful. Don't add too many ingredients, but you can pretty much swap out whatever the heck you want in this pizza. Hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did, hit the like button for me. If you want to see more content, subscribe, and thanks for being here.